Hi guys. I've done this video 3 times, but let's just jump straight into it. I'm gonna read you something that I wrote in my journal. As you can kind of see by the caption, you can see what this is about. But yeah, I'm trying to hook your attention fast. But okay, so being at that funeral made me think about taking care of my soul than my body, because really seeing that man lay there with just a body, I know I've thought about it before, but it really dawned on me again that we are souls and that we leave. But when I say take care of our souls, I mean getting right with God, because these bodies are really nothing and we go to hell because of them, and so many other things. We get depressed and all this stuff just for it to be left behind. And maybe the world would be a better place if people actually cared about their souls and other people's souls as well, with holding people accountable, but also making sure that people are okay. And of course, it's important for us to take care of our physical, because God says it's our temple. But when we start letting it run our life, letting it make our decisions, such as giving into lust or getting overly emotional about insecurities, that's the problem. So that's what I want to look more into and take care of. I was rambling at the end, but so this is about our souls, which goes into it can go into a lot of different things, such as just religion, spirituality, whatever. And maybe I'm going to be touching on both of these things. But like I said, I was at a funeral Saturday, and some man's funeral, and someone said some man, I don't really know, but yeah, I was at a funeral, and we seen the body before the day of the funeral. So we seen the body, and like I said, as I was just looking at him, like, it just dawned on me again that, because you know what a dead body look like I can keep sitting here and saying it, because every time I do this video, like, I'm just like, there was just a body, like, it was just a body, like, it was like lights off, no one home. But it's like, we all know what a dead body looks like. And it just brought up like that, I don't know, like spiritual awakening, I guess, again. And yeah, when I seen him, really, like, soul, like the word soul is the main focus of this whole conversation. And when I was thinking about all these things, and it also made me think about two quotes, I guess, I seen on TikTok. One was, our spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. And then the other one was basically just saying how we let our bodies fall into sin, but our bodies don't, like, our bodies are the ones that crave the sin, like, not our spirit. The bodies want it, and we give into it, we give into our bodies and our flesh, but it doesn't even leave with us. It's like we risk everything just for bodies that's not even going with us. The gag. And those two quotes just re-pop back into my mind. And like I said, when I was thinking about all these things, it really just made me realize how much more I want to get right with God. Like, I am a person, like, I do believe in God. I do believe in I wouldn't say I quote unquote believe in a heaven and a hell. That's a kind of a different topic, but I know I might be kind of contradicting myself saying I don't believe in a heaven or hell, but I do believe in, like, a good and a bad place. I believe in God saying, depart from me, I've never known you, or something like, welcome you, my good and faithful servant. I should pull up the scriptures for that. If I find it, I'll write it. But I know that when the day comes of judgment, he'll say those two words, and I am deathly afraid of him saying, depart from me, I've never known you. Like, what? No, like that's that scary. Like, that is scary. And to think that we let our bodies take us to that bad place, and you're not even coming with me. Like, that really is the gag for me. Like, that's really the gag. But yeah, back to, like, the soul thing. Like I said, it made me think of that. And then, as, like, what I wrote of how, the world, I feel like the world profits off that's not something I feel. I think it's actually a known fact that the world profits off sin. Gluttony, greed, lust. It profits off those things. And maybe I'm jumping from point to point, but I just feel like we start over. We don't real. I don't know if some people just don't realize, and I'm not ever gonna push my thoughts on anyone else. But like I said, I believe that this isn't me. Like, I am a soul placed into this body, into this vessel. This vessel is just to be able to move around in this realm, but this isn't me. And the problem, I think, starts when we start over identifying with it, when we start letting it dictate our decisions, when we start, not recognizing that, like, you within your spirit, your soul is the thing that you should be caring about and letting dictate your life, if that makes sense. And like I said, for each their own. This may sound and I guess look different for everyone, because if you probably don't believe in God, you don't believe in that you should be fighting lust, which I'm not ever, but it's just gonna look different for everyone. And take what resonates or don't, if you're just listening, whatever. But like I said, for me, I still do think that people do over identify with their body. Like, you see people, and even myself, like, doing the most and making up, like, doing the most for their physical, making up for their inside, like their internal. Hold up. And like I said, I feel like this topic can go into many things, because like the quote where it's like, not really a quote, but the idea of, imagine that everyone was blind and you could only get to know people by their spirit. How many people would actually be attractive to you, and not about their physical, about their mental, like the way, like, if everyone was blind, we could only be knowing people by their personalities. And they'll say, like, imagine that, would this person still be attractive to you, or would you still da-da-da. And I think we really need to bring and realize that is the case, though. Like, it shouldn't be a what if. I mean, I guess, but it shouldn't be at the same time, because that's what it is. Like, we are these souls, and we really base everything off these bodies. And like I also wrote, it's not that I don't think we should just discard them. We're supposed to take care of them. These are our temples. Take care of them. Of course you want to look good. There's nothing wrong with looking good, taking care of yourself, being in shape, because if you want to live this life, you need to take care of it. If you want to look good, I do believe, like, that makes you feel good within. But once you start overdoing it and find yourself probably having, like, overcompensating for how you feel within, or just not taking as much time for your inward self than you are your outward self, that's the problem. When you start over identifying with it and just forgetting that who you are as a person, if that makes sense. I'm gonna end the video, but I guess my last point is just take care of your spirit, your soul. Like I said, I feel like this can go into many things, such as following your heart and not feeling like going with the world and what society is telling you, or just the way that you should live. Because I know when I think about my spirit and what my soul craves, it is quite the opposite of what society pushes, and that is okay and probably the best. I know I'm probably getting off point, but I hope you get my gist.